Okay, so let's take this example as an explanation about how to use the trapezoidal rules to get the integrations. So for this one, we have the numbers of data here, 1.2, 1.3 until 1.7 with the time here. And next, we are going to using the formulas to find the areas, as well as later we are going to find the volumes based on the formulas here. So it's given on the first question, the first part here, we have the n equals to 5, actually it's the number of strips. So normally the n here is stand for number of strips. So you will start your n equals to 0, n equals to 1, and 2, 3, 4 until you get 5. So this is the formula, area formula, and this is somehow I try to discretize. Somehow I try to discretize from f0, f1, f2, f3, f4 until f5. So how do I get that? So actually it's based on the formula here. This is the formulas for the trapezoidal rules for the multiple trips. So of course my topic n here is just equals to 5. That means it will be starting with the fn. This is the first point, and then this is n is my last point. So that's why it's the f5. And then just do the follow until I get this is the f4. And because of that, you look at the difference here. We look at some special here. For the first term and the last term, the coefficient is just 1. But for f1, f2, f3, and f4 are multiplied by 2. So the way I'm doing the calculation is very a bit different. I'm using the table like this one. This is the table that I'm using. The first point and the last point I will group in this one. And then this one, for this point, f1, f2, f3, and f4, I group in this second column, in this one. So because of what? Because the moment I can just do my, can simplify my calculation, by just sum out this, the first term and the last term, this one, I get 7.2. So it's just exactly this one. Actually, it's the sum from this formula. And then 18.5, actually it's just the sum from this number. I get 18.5. So I just put it here and just do the calculation. So the good thing you're using the table, you make your calculation become more well organized. Okay, so you're done for the first part. So we go for the second part. We're going to find the volumes. So this volume formula is basically based on the fx square. It's no longer fx, it's the fx square. So what you need to do is, so you need to do some extra works over here, because this is no longer fx, because the formula, if let's say based on our trapezoidal rules, for this one it should be fx, but this is the fx square. So that means we have to square our existing columns here. The existing column here we're doing for the fx squared it. And this is somehow we get all the numbers data all are in the fx square. So I do the same thing, the same formula, but of course this is the extra pi, so that's why I have to put inside this one. And then the first term and the last term is here, this one and this one. I just sum out, I get these values. And the f1, f2, f3, f4, I sum out this one, I will get these values. Like this one, this value, I just replace in here. And the next thing, I just simplify the calculation, and this is what the answer I will get.